Okay, hello, good morning. Yesterday was a really awesome day. We played draft one, and today's deck is not too different. Obviously, it'd be weird to have such a good day like yesterday and have the deck be super duper different. But we're playing 4-color Bean Cascade, Bloodbraid Shardless Bean. Not sure exactly what we're calling the deck yet, but it's kind of the same formula as the Taking Turns deck we had on Tuesday. You have 4 copies of Up the Beanstalk. You have 4 copies of Shardless Agent. These are always going to hit Up the Beanstalk. You have 8, guaranteed Beanstalks, and because of that, you get to just be super duper consistent at putting this card into play, and then removing all of your opponent's permanents with Solitude's, Furies, Leyline Bindings, and then you're going to be winning the game with outvaluing your opponent with these cards. You're going to be casting Bloodbraid Elves also. And you're just the deck is so funny because you just remove all of your opponent's permanents and then you just attack with Bloodbraid Elf and Shardless Agent for the most part to win the game. Yesterday was awesome. I think we started off at least 7-0. I think we started off 8-0. Finished 11-2. Deck was looking just this is something I can't remember the last time I've said this. I maybe said this before, but yesterday, it really felt like this deck was operating on another level from the vast majority of our opponents. It felt faster, more consistent, and more powerful than basically anything our opponents were doing. We lost one game to Red-Green Valakut. We also beat Red-Green Valakut once. That matchup seems particularly awful. Decided not to really make any sideboard considerations for it, despite that matchup being really tough. We also lost one match to 4-color that I think I could have played better to win. I also think that we do want a sideboard kind of trump card for the mirror. I decided to go with Nexus of Fate. I think the Nexus of Fate being that one turn, maybe not. It can be infinite turns, but one card take a lot of extra turns. More impactful than some Time Warps or Elish Norn or Emrakul. I also decided as this is insane in this deck. This is such a good card. But I think it was just a little too greedy to play 2 Nissas over the second Omnath, where we really want another red, white, and blue card for pitch card count, and I guess to a lesser extent green for endurance. It's just very important to have that extra Omnath for pitch card count, and so I'm happy enough with this change too. That's only change to the main deck. Something we were also talking about that yesterday, that it was a little greedy to play second Nissa. But Nissa is also goes crazy this deck. Nissa goes crazy in this deck. I did decide against the one of Alpine Moon. Yeah, I just don't care enough about red-green Scapeshift at the moment to really make any considerations of the sideboard for it. That being said, if that deck picks up in popularity to counter this deck at that point, then we'll make those sideboard changes. But it's just not common enough. Yesterday, I knew we played against it twice, but it was the same player we played against, and I haven't seen the deck in weeks and weeks and weeks. So it's just a little too early to play Alpine Moons or something. Seems like you wanted one of Endurance or Nexus the main. I don't think it seemed like that at all. It seemed like that would have been good in one of our 13 matches to have the Endurance or the Nexus main. It's good against specifically the 4-color deck. You could also still I think win that matchup game 1 without the sideboard consideration. Right, on the play. Oh boy. I guess I'll probably Solitude and Evoked Grief here. Then they just leave me with a Bean. You don't always do this, but I think in these kind of games where you're on the, I guess we're not on the draw, but we're pretty good if they just take one of these 2 things still. Oh, they left me with Agent? They left me with Bean over Agent. They have Thoughtseize? Kind of confused, huh? I'm gonna get Basic Forest here. Force is pretty important to get against them. Lucy's scooting around. Okay, it is bad that they got to also cast the Ragavan, I suppose. They might think I'm Rhinos. Well, they would think wrong, because I have Bean in my hand, right? Yeah, I agree, because I can agent block Ragavan, right? Does make sense. Okay, is there anything that main phase binding... I mean, just bad against Bowmaster, right? So, I'll either respond to Bowmaster... or... Although it's kind of tough to have a Bowmaster here. I mean, most of the things we draw the trigger bean kill the Bowmaster at least. Although we can't really hardcast... I mean, we can hardcast Fury by, like, tap Triumph, cycle Steam Vents, I guess. We draw it next turn. This is a good draw. They have Scam Grief into Ragavan and the Bowmaster, of course. Not that we let them do the scam. I think Fetchland's a little weird. We only have one Nissa, though. I think I'm gonna... I'm just, like, not casting Lrien Revealed, also, so I think I should probably just get a Steam Vents for Grief, or for Fury, rather. Yeah, we played Rhinos twice yesterday. Matchup felt pretty good. Would have loved to have that Fire Ice. Probably fire me if they have, you know, not much, right? They're thinking. Probably lose this game. So I could not crack the fetch. No, sorry, they still have... No, they have 4. The thing is, most of my outs are hard casting a 5-drop. So let's get Triome, and then Raugrin, or Lrien Revealed for Steam Vents. Solitude is a good draw. Omnath is maybe the best draw. Take it. Well, the problem is that they have a scam card in their hand. Just buys us a turn. Deck having issues with Shielded Bowmasters. Fun to have a good record. We have a million answers for these cards, but... We've yet to lose a match to a Shielded or Bowmasters, despite playing against them a good amount. So we go to 1, right? I guess this means I have to draw, like, exactly Omnath. The Karn's, Bygonti's Karn Scales. I think Karn is really suboptimal in the deck. It's, like, mostly, like, a content deck inclusion, but... Oh, no, Karn... I also lose if I draw... Sorry. Is this, like, the card that gets me out of it? No, I can't get any life. Just dead to the ETB. Should have targeted the token, not the Bowmaster. Yeah, I guess we should have, because we kind of knew that they had the scam spell. Would have been giving me more outs. I think I'm still just running it back. I think, like, Endurance is maybe better than Teferis again, but I think just for white card count, we keep the Teferis in. Isn't Bloodbraid a bit slow against scam? You cast 4-drops against scam, right? Bloodbraid is much better in this deck than it is in, like, you know, maybe you're used to thinking about Bloodbraid. It's also, like, kind of easier to cast through Blood Moon. Okay, mulligan to 1-lander. I think I put back Fire Ice. Yeah, Norn is for the mirror. We've also, like, 3 of our 4 losses are to red-green Scapeshift, and so we've kind of adjusted... Where we have Ashiok, Alpine Moon, Elish Norn in that matchup. Which is maybe like a little bit too much of an adjustment, but matchup did feel it's pretty damn bad. Yeah, I think we're going Triome. I tend to like basic Forest more than basic Plains in play for Blood Moon, despite being able to Binding Blood Moon. Just start casting Shardless Agents and Bloodbraid Elves. Like, if you have basic Forest in play... Like, you can still Bloodbraid into Teferi, and you can cast all of these spells, still evoke Solitude. It just doesn't turn off that much of the deck. I'm using my Binding now, or I'm using my Binding on the Ragavan in a second. Turn 2. I'm gonna Binding the Ragavan, yeah. I think if I play Up the Beanstalk this turn, I am too weak to Moon. Should we not just all basic from here? Yeah, maybe basic forest into 2-mana binding is better, but also, like, I'm not getting Blood Moon this turn. I could draw another binding and go Beanstalk Binding and just, like, win the game on the spot. I find that if you have Island Forest, you know, you're a lot of times beating Blood Moon anyways. Definitely an interesting turn. Called shot. I'm gonna do this now because of Bowmasters, probably. Like, I can't Binding Blood Moon this turn. So no Blood Moon. I assume they would get Swamp if they had it. I'll be able to maybe find my basic planes this turn, though, so let's not play the island first. Do have the forest Zagoth Triome island problem, so I guess I'm pitching. Omnath instead of Teferi. And didn't find a different land to play, so we'll just play island. Tavi, thank you for the tier 1. Hope you're doing well. Be tough for our opponent to come back from this one. Let's see. Okay, takes Solitude. They have Blood Moon, that'd actually be... okay. That would be good, though. So it's a fairy, bounce the token. You get Steam Vents for Fire Ice. Probably just fire the Reflection, most likely, but... could do a few different things with it. Do we break it? This deck seems really busted, yeah. I don't know, like, the deck has been, like, it was... the 16-4 record, I don't think even gives a complete picture. Like, the fact that 3 of our 4 losses are to, like, relatively obscure, particularly bad matchup in Red-Green Valakut is really interesting. I even think I could have played better if my 4-color Omnath lost to win. And it's just, like... it's like beyond those 4 losses, very few games have been like that competitive. The deck is like so consistent and fast and powerful. I think that this is a better 4-color formula than the existing Bean Omnath deck, which is, I think, very exciting. I think that that is a like such an established formula. Like, it's so hard to really mess with it. But oh, the Jesse white card splash. What is this? Wear Tear? Probably Wear Tear. Yeah, again, just like so hard to like mess with the Well, opponent has definitely done a good job playing to their outs here. If I bounce my Binding, Lrien Revealed, Shock Fountain, I'm taking 8 down to 4. Let's just bounce the Shielded, I guess. Less against friends are unlucky. Thank you, Canister. I don't know. I do think like it is like important to note though that like 3 of the losses are red green scape shift. It's like I think it's worth noting. So it's a very first. We can try to find a fetch line for Nissa, I guess. Stem the bleeding. Okay, now we get to bounce the Voidwalker. Attack for 5 here is not irrelevant either. Like, we may get them to trade. Also, they, you know, they can attack me for 2. Then shield me down to 3. Oh, I guess that turns Nissa fetch land. Or any 5-drop from it out. Can't they just copy Voidwalker and Lrien? I'd love for them to do that. That's 3 mana. I would love for them to just go 3 mana, draw 3. What am I missing? You go to 1. Attack for 2. Shielded. Put me to 3. I don't think so. They'd be dead to Fire Ice, Teferi. There it is. Voidwalker, Shielded, mystery card. They copy Shielded. You cannot copy Shielded. They could go Omnath, fetch Shielded. Yeah. Well, the Omnath isn't under a void counter. Yeah. I feel like if we're discounting those losses, we should discount the wins against decks like Binding Logoth's Tribal. I mean, that was like one deck. But I maybe I'm just not expressing my point clearly. It's like if you take an average 20 match sample size, the odds of like a fifth of your matches being your obscure, really poor matchup is to me statistically relevant. And so I'm not trying to discount the losses so much as saying like I feel like this is 20% of our matches were red, green, Valakut. Like it feels important to note, right? Chorus deck's still good. Yeah, I deck is obviously good. 16-4, even you know, it's still good. But like, I don't know. Maybe it just isn't as important to note as I have been. But to me, it's something that my mind is really thinking about. Yeah, we also beat Green Black Sagas. Wrap with a tier 1. Thank you. I would never play Fable in this deck. I think just not very good. Is this deck specific bad matchup and several good ones, or is the other part too early to tell? I mean, I think this deck is like mostly good against the modern format as a whole. Like I felt good against Scam. The 4-color matchup I think is fine. So, you know, the pseudo mirror, whatever. Okay, so we'll go back to this game. Okay, so they are attacking. They're dead to Fire Ice. They're dead to Fairy. They're dead to Bloodbraid Elf. I'm dead to most of this stuff. Let's go, dude. Close game. Store matchup's probably really bad. I don't think it's been a YouTube upload. I mean, we just like played the deck yesterday for the first time. So if they don't attack here, they can play around Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah, I'll start setting up Flooded Strand instead of the Misty. Seeing that they are on Shieldred, maybe I want the Murderous Cut. We'll try it. Obviously worse with their, like, them being on Blood Moons, too. Oh, fuck, I want to play. No, fuck, no. I don't, sorry. So I just forgot to board in my caverns, I guess. So yeah, I think on the play I want the 4th Teferi. Just be off of it, but on the draw maybe the Murderous Cut. Wait, no, I'm on the draw. Fuck! Fuck! Chat! Damn it! I won the game, fuck! I was on the draw. I thought I just doubted everything. I don't know, it's on me obviously, but alright, I want to be able to get my basic forest here. Let's go Sacred Foundry Forest. Yeah. Not my fault though. Okay, so I mean maybe this Teferi would be a Murderous Cut, right? I don't know, mate. Sorry, did I say not my fault? I mean my fault. Okay, am I pitching another Solitude or am I pitching the Teferi? Okay, now I pitch a Teferi and life's easy. So they Blood Moon here, we go Beanstalk into Bloodbraid with Evoke Teferi up. Probably still Teferiing this turn. No, they didn't Blood Moon me. I guess second Bean, it just looks better. Like, I get to keep my Solitude Evoke up. Will you bring in Ashiok versus Shapeshift? Yeah, that's one of the main reasons it's there, just for Primeval Titan decks. Bring it against Dredge, I guess. Maybe bring it against Living End. Kind of weird in that matchup. Well, Solitude. Kind of bean flooded, I guess. The best kind of flooded to be. Oh, sorry. I thought I had Domain, so I guess I just saved the binding for next turn. I don't think attacking matters so much. I think I'm more likely to lose where they like kill my blocker, hit something really relevant off Ragavan, just keep both blockers back. It's also like worse for me if they have a dying effect, they block. Let them use it well here, maybe. Maybe that's not that big a deal. Kind of cool to a Blood Moon this turn, I suppose. Oh, they're gonna kill a kill a bean. Fuse a Wear Tear. Okay, grief. Yeah, Shardless Agent's a bit worse when you have all 4 beans already. I get punished by Nissa if I fetch first, but I think I'll just... Oh, you know what? I just want to get planes, actually. So I shouldn't have fetched first. Oh. Tapping great, too. Sorry, just playing so bad. Classic 4-color, though. Just play awful, get super bailed out all the time. Shabazz, what's the best answer for Beans? Narset, maybe. Shieldred, Bowmaster. It's like removal spells are not very good against the Bean is one big problem and why it's like so potent. So like you want to be like playing your own permanents that line up well against it. Okay, if they have a scam card targeting Fury, can be awkward. But now I have Solitude pitch up, and no problems. Should feel pretty comfy taking 3. Famous last words, I guess. So I can't Solitude this or I die. It's good for me that I have Omnath. So I can go Omnath, go to 1, fetch land up to 5. I can't Teferi first. Okay, so Omnath done to 1. Fetch up to 5. And I think so I go Teferi, bounce Shieldred. And then I probably want to crack the fetch and go up to 8, right? So one problem with, like, Furying the Grief here is I could draw my other fetchables. But I should have 2 more. I should have Breeding Pool and Zagoth Triome, so drawing both of them seems unlikely enough that this seems fine to do. And then I think I just have them dead to ice next turn. No bolts? I don't think we lose to bolt. Because I guess bolt on Fury like means I don't have my like lethal attack though. Okay, we win. Tough match though. Close for sure. One more Bloodbraid for the road. We did hit... Okay, on the play. Worst matchup? Red-green scape shift. 3 of our 4 losses are to red-green scape shift. Mono Black Burn's probably pretty bad too. No! Are they killing me turn 1? Alright, it's turn 1, I'm at 10 life. Ah, I wanted to die turn 1. So they kill you turn 1 by having 2 more soul spikes there. It's, you know, not that likely, I guess. So this flips into a 2/2 menace. Yeah, soul spike with Bean sounds really cool. We were kind of talking about it yesterday. It's missing a few soul spikes, I think. So did I take 1 from the Scorpion? I don't know. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card and loses a life. I guess block go to 5. So Solitude this thing. Hoping to draw another Solitude so I can Solitude my own Shardless, potentially. Did not get lucky enough to find one. Okay. What's at 35? We know they're hitting another draws. No, they pitched both of them to the Soul Spike. I think I actually play Beanstalk and then ice them in their upkeep here. My Bloodbraid's like significantly worse. With all 4 beans being gone. I'm at 2, or sorry, at 4, sorry. So I died a Soul Spike double black card, I guess. One of the cards is a land. That means 2 of them are spells still. Omnath would be nice. So I'll play another Teferi to play around Bowmaster. No Bowmaster. Don't really want to bounce this. So I think I just binding nothing here. Oh, you have to binding, right, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cycle Furies. I'm trying to find another Solitude so I can gain some life here. I can exile my own Fury to gain 3. Closing the game out may be difficult. Probably going to have Bounce a Bean after this. Get to start attacking. Second Solitude, we can feel somewhat comfy also. Solitude cannot exile itself. It's another target creature. So I think I weirdly just start Evoke Fury. I get to draw 2 cards, and then I can like Solitude this Fury, and so this is gonna give me like 4 looks at an Omnath. I have 2 in the deck. Now that I've drawn it, I guess I don't Solitude. But they also can't win, so this is nice. Kill Shardless, keep Fury. Oh, well, I evoked the Fury, so I was never keeping it. I'm gonna play Mono Black Burn. It's a pretty cool deck with some nut draws. Like on turn 1, they would reveal double Chancellor, pitch both Chancellors to Soul Spike to drain me for 10. It's kind of a gimmicky deck though, but a very cool one. Concession lag, hopefully. Okay, cool. So don't have a... Oh, I guess I can Commandeer Soul Spike. Sounds very sweet. I don't want to not do that. Guess I'm down to trim Bloodbraid Elves. Trim like Binding number 4 maybe? Strand, not Rainforest. Strand finds Sacred Foundry, which is a really big deal. Yeah, just against specifically Scam, where I'm playing around Blood Moon, I cut Strand. Because I care more about getting Forest in that matchup. But Flooded Strand gets all my fetchables. This is not a Blood Moon matchup, is it? I guess they have red in their deck. No, I don't think we bring a Murderous Cut here. I'm on the draw. 26 land deck. So mull 6. Let's mulligan. What's in a mull to 5? Burnt decks don't tend to mulligan too well. Guess my opponent might think that that stops the incarnations. I mean, maybe it should. But they've mulliganed to 4, actually. Well, guess not much point in commandeering that. Doesn't deal any damage by itself. I am currently at 20. Oh, did they miss sequence? They did kind of miss sequence here. I don't know. Maybe that's too strong a word, but they could be at 20 life. Reign of Gore is stopping them from getting any life here. Not, you know, I'll forgive them. Hopeless Nightmare. There's a joke here, I'm sure. Not gonna commandeer, I think. Just chill for the time being. Yeah, we have Leyline Binding for Reign of Gore. We're also at 16 life. Like, I don't know that we can lose to this Reign of Gore, you know what I mean? I mean, my Omnath just attacks for 4. I'll cast it, probably. We don't lose life. Oh, wait, that player loses that much life. Okay, I had to reread Reign of Gore. Okay, I'm not casting Omnath. Right. I thought it doesn't just stop life gain, it also throws it in your face. Fair enough. That does seem worth not running into. I think I fire. It's like, they kind of just can't beat 2/2/2s here. We also might go with the Omnath don't play a land till we draw Leyline Binding plan. So my Solitude's burn spells? I guess they're like self-burn spells, huh? Also opponent, yeah, they also do damage to opponent. I know I thought discarding Commandeer over Lrien. I don't know, I think... Yeah, I think they thought Chalice just stopped you casting spells for 0. A good lesson to learn. Not sure exactly how we're fetching. You think this deck could be a good option in a competitive field? Yeah, I might, maybe. Yeah, I think this deck's actually good against the top of the metagame. We've been winning a lot with it. Recommend it. Overgun Tomb, huh? Yeah, I do want to play against Coffers. Is any way this deck is ever playing Shieldred? It just doesn't pitch to anything. You can't play it. You have to play Omnath instead. I don't know that you would even want to, but you also can't. Okay, with Steamman's Draw, we have full domain with just basic planes. Okay. Bean Scam? Maybe Bean Scam, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of feel like they should have taken Fury. Fury plus... oh, this is the Domain Zoo build? Fury plus Bean? I don't know. Probably bouncing Grief. Just kind of stays gone. You know what I mean? I might lose this game. Frenzo with the 27 months. Welcome back. Have I seen the Zoo Soul Flare Lazoo list? Testing Paper Friday. I mean, they don't really look. They look very fun and not that optimal. I bet they're a blast to play. So they're scamming again. It's not that bad of an outcome because they had to attack the Teferi to make this happen. It's not that good of an outcome either, of course. We kind of need to top deck Binding. Binding Fury, or like Solitude white card. Ideally, don't have to hope to draw 2 things, of course. They take Bloodbraid Bean. Interesting. And then they're trying to Binding, and they don't have Domain. So their last card is Leyline Binding. It's a good card to know about. So now a land is something. Maybe I should have Lrien Revealed first. Probably should have, huh? Oops. Too excited to draw a card. Never punished. So it has Leyline Binding Grief, so if they draw a land, they can hardcast the Grief. Otherwise, they probably like Binding the Bean. When you're playing that stream, what kind of music like have on? Well, it's because I listen to music all stream. Usually I like watch YouTube or Twitch when I'm working off stream. Play against Creativity deck. We haven't played against Creativity. I imagine the matchup's probably fine. You can kind of just tank. Exile a Bean. What? I guess they just didn't want to loot. Very odd, though. I think I'm gonna cycle. We don't really have time. So get Raugrin Triome so I can hardcast Fury. Not this turn, but next turn after I cast the Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, so now we have a double block, I guess. If they get Domain, then the double block is a trade. So this gives them Domain and allows them to Grief my Shardless Agent. They're not hardcasting Grief this turn. Instead, they're casting Lightning Bolts. Pretty okay with this. We're gonna chump block. Don't think their deck usually plays Tribal Flames. Kind of unfortunate this is probably getting griefed. We'll see. Still think this was the right line. Shout out to Ardent Plea. I dedicated this turn to Ardent Plea. So they loot away Scalding Tarn. Yeah, no, it's a Teferi bounce. They main phase Bowmaster instead of using this Grief. I think we have the Solitude here. Spooky? What's spooky? If they know my hand, they're casting Grief. So lifelink, first strike, trample. So we'll see how they attack. Poorly. Why not sell it on your turn in case they also have Fury? They can't. I know their one card in hand is Grief. They don't have enough mana to cast Fury. If they do have Fury, I can play around it because it's a sorcery speed play. They did discard the Grief this time. Very funny that they could have done that like 3 turns ago. Does not seem like their last card is a removal spell for Solitude, thankfully. I guess we have Teferi, never mind. It could still be. But it seems to be nothing. Cool game. I mean, so you could Fury? Oh, I see. Oh, maybe that was better, huh? Yeah, maybe that was better. I misread your comment. We didn't have a red card in the hand at the time, right? But we were, yeah, we could have drawn one, obviously. Could have been better. Yeah, Flash Fury, huh? Okay, they don't have Blood Moon. I'm gonna bring in the Murderous Cut. Maybe just trim a Bloodbraid on the draw. I think Teferi is pretty good against them. There it is, the turn 1 Gemstone. Or turn 0 Gemstone. Norn, yeah, Norn is for the mirror, or like the 4-color mirror, and then, yeah, Primeval Titan decks. Is better than bring 4-color? I think it is. I think it is. Like, very simply put, Up the Beanstalk is better than the One Ring. So playing this Shardless Agent build that gets to play 8 Beanstalks, I think is better than playing the Ring build. Obviously, you have better sideboard cards, maybe, but it has felt better. So they fetch, shock, pass. Oh, they just fucked up their... They just fucked up their fetch. Some games have been, you know, not the most competitive. I kind of like Teferi Plus. Like, what do we even... Like, they can't scam me. I guess they could Fury scam me. Alright, let's stick with the plan. Maybe they'll Bowmaster me. Don't really care. Okay, the main phase fetch shock was weird. It's fine though. Does that mean Bloodbraid is still meme-ish? Bloodbraid is very, very good card of the stack. I don't know. I don't tend to like even talk about cards as memes. It's just like, I don't know. Cards are either good or they aren't. And Bloodbraid has been not that good for a while. Has found a position again, which is fun. Guess it's a lot more mana efficient to Teferi this turn. Gives me some scam protection. They maybe get to draw a card off the bean, but it's like, we're just so ahead, it's probably okay. As you play this deck, the blue mana feels the least important to have. Consider running either land cyclers. The thing is, like, Lrien Revealed is so much better than the other cyclers. Like, if the other ones were just on the same power level, I would be into it, but Lrien Revealed is actually like a good card to cast. And I don't tend to like to play the other ones just because they're like, they're just so much weaker. Okay, this is a good turn for them. Holy shit. Yeah, also, like, you can't really play the Commandeers on the side without the Lrien Revealed. The Commandeers have been really good. I agree that the Revealed are not mandatory. You could play, like, an Ode of War and a Besage or something, but... Revealed is also, like, when you're flooding, you just, like, you just have infinite spells all of a sudden. They're not taking Binding. Do they have another Grief? What the fuck? Opponents? Paid actor, anyone? Force of Vigor? Maybe? That would explain what's happened here. I guess I cycle this if my opponent... Say this for Omnath. If my opponent griefs my Lrien Revealed. No force. Looks like they're debating between getting back Grief and getting back Bowmaster here. They decided to get back Grief. So I got rewarded for holding my Triome. I'm at 9. Maybe I want my... sorry, we don't have Force in our sideboard anymore. Okay, the Scion here.
You have a Scion. All life linking. I have a lot of good top decks here, of course. Cast Teferi. Bouncing their binding doesn't do anything. Can't bounce this binding. I think the Bowmaster will kill me. Let's bounce the army. Maybe I have to go to game 3. Yeah, they're playing Domain Scam. It's like a deck Faden build, I think. It's been pretty good looking. Can probably concede. I guess we could still maybe Omnath into something. Down to 8, attack for 7. No, Omnath kills me. Don't really see... Oh, they get life off this too, which is fun. I think we have no outs. Don't think Flooded Strand gets the sound of this. Not getting... I know I'm on the play this game. No debates from chat. Okay, I'm on the play. I think I like my sideboard plan. Which is not really sideboarding much, but yeah. Feels like a Supreme Verdict 75 is the right thing. I know you're a blue-white control player. You have your crutch of Supreme Verdict. This deck is so good at killing every single creature. And killing it with much better cards than Supreme Verdict. You just don't... You don't need to... You can let Supreme Verdict go. You'll be okay. We get Temple Guard in here. Elrond seems good against them. Seems very slow against them, but yeah, maybe it would be worth bringing in. Yeah, let's get Temple Guard in. Where were you in my open? I guess, you know, coming later. Yeah, we also put, like, our win condition is, like, for 0 mana killing all their creatures and attacking with our Cascade cards, and so, like, the Supreme Verdict play doesn't really make a lot of sense, because you might have a hard time winning the game, might just deck yourself, because you accidentally killed all your creatures. But they're just, again, there's just some modern players that will play any deck that could play Supreme Verdict. Like, just one! Just one! I know your deck is better at killing any creature deck, any amount of creatures than any deck in Modern's history, but what if we also played one Supreme Verdict? Although someone suggested Doomscar if you were going to play a Wrath, because it's a Wrath that triggers Bean. Man, it is so bad when you tear asunder a Bean. It just is not a good plan. Just not a good plan, yo. You're just so behind. Oh, maybe I should have got Plains, probably. Guess I could get Island here. Man, when this happens, and it happens, you know, somewhat often, just so beautiful. Wait, no, Elishnorn. They're so aggressive that I don't really want to be boarding like these, like Elishnorn in. I have like the better late game, so I think I'm supposed to like keep my curve lower. The Red is 17-1 against next not playing Valakut. One of those we did win against Valakut once, so I guess 16-1. I don't know, like those losses count, of course, but I don't mean to downplay those losses too much. I just thought it was kind of statistically interesting. Okay, my opponent has regained the Bean advantage. I think they have Bowmaster. I kind of would like to just play this first. Ah, good tech, huh? So now I bounce their Binding, and then probably Binding their Bean. You see, stop square, man. Oh, I should fetch first, though. Because I could have drawn my Plains. Still I'm gonna fetch in response to this draw though. A little flooded here, but good shape for sure. They got basic forest. Interesting. Maybe they don't have a plains in their deck. So they're gonna play Bean. I imagine Binding. No, they're playing the Domain Zoo scam. Okay, so they're back ahead with the Bean advantage. 7 cards in their hand. Main phase of Bowmaster is interesting. Kill my Teferi. So I'd probably start off attacking. Maybe I could draw Fire Ice. Whoa. Yeah, let's just attack. Well, I guess the thing is they may just chump block a Shardless Agent. Then deal 1 less damage. I don't know that they ever go to 1 here, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know that they're really ever gonna let themselves go to 1, so let's just make sure we can get them to 1. Turning off fetches is a pretty big deal for them. Might actually cycle this game, so I'm gonna put it in the breeding pool. Vindicate with the 40 months. Welcome back. Thank you. So Scion is interesting because if they can find a black creature, they can give it lifelink, including Bowmaster, which we get lifelink off of any pings. Yeah, we're 2-0 against Rhinos. Matchup's been not that tough. It's because we're cascading into the superior card. Okay, so now they have to have, like, Fury or Binding. They haven't played a land this turn, but there's basically no lands they can have that enter untapped. Okay, they're dead if they scam this and they don't have Fury. Okay, so I'm gonna... We'll just see what we draw. But probably cast Lrien Revealed. Okay, now I'm casting that. GG, probably? Zephy with the Twitch Prime? Okay, now GG, that looks Grimster. I mean, that's the thing, if Modern's too bad, you know, they can just ban Bean or something. The nice thing about having a ban list is you can ban things. I agree that this deck looks really, like, disgustingly good. Seems very hard to combat. I haven't, like, had to try to combat it yet. Maybe that's what we do next week. We have to also see, like, how widely this deck gets adopted, because, you know, 4-color players are really stubborn. There's a good chance that they mostly just stick to the existing builds for a while. Yeah, I could also just, like, register Red-Green Scapeshift. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of sideboard cards now for Red-Green Scapeshift, I suppose. Hear me out, Void Mirror. Yeah, Void Mirror. I mean, I don't know. We're like a Leyline Binding deck, though. It's not like Void Mirror is 2 mana to win the game, but Void Mirror would be good against us. It's like, it's just a small part of a plan, a bigger game plan. Like they have 1 copy of Void Mirror or something in your deck. Didn't go fetch your deck a few times last night. Yeah, I haven't played the mirror myself yet. I guess like most times people play my decks, it's like after I'm done streaming. Ooh, creativity, I guess. Discard an Archon. I think the bird matchup's probably pretty bad. We did beat Mono Blackburn earlier, so that one seems at least fine. Okay, good draw. Do you think Void Mirror is worth bringing into the deck? I would play, like, yeah, I would bring in a Void Mirror. It's I'm not gonna like just lose to the card though. Okay, that's what they needed for sure. I can't kill it this turn. Do I still play a Bloodbraid Elf? Yeah, I like that Bloodbraid Elf kind of forces them to do something, so I'm not in a position where they can go creativity end of turn. We could lose the suspend value. Just, oh, we would have hit Shardless Agent into being. It's okay. Again, I like that we just get to start off next turn, attack the Teferi, and then if they go, like, fetch Dwarven Mine, put an Archon into play, we can Solitude it before they get to attack with the Archon. Hammer's a really easy matchup. It's like the best matchup for these 4-color decks always. Katria seems due for creativity. I feel like it's not uncommon, if not, you know, maybe not the one that maybe they don't always play it, but it feels like a way you could build your mana base. I'm not like a creativity expert, I guess. So a few options here. Seems like it might be best to evoke Solitude. So I'm gonna keep the planes up, so if I draw Leyline Binding off Leyline Binding, I can have that up. Which I did do, but I'll probably just cast another Bloodbraid Elf instead. It's too sweet. So even if they go like another Archon off creativity into haste, we just sack these two things, take 12. We're in good shape. Yeah, you just play through Archon easy, I think. Nah, you're just dead, right? If they have Archon, it's 12 damage. I go to 3. I sack my 2 Cascade creatures. Untap, gain 4, binding the Archon. Draw 3 cards. Is that dead? I don't think so. They also, like, immediately skip through their main phase. I don't know if that was a misclick. But that's the worst case scenario, of course, is the second creativity. Yeah, I would imagine their skipped attack step was not on purpose. So they are playing Bitter Reunion, but they cast it with Blood Crypt, so I doubt they're going to try to Persistent Archon this turn. Okay. Lucy, what was that? Yeah, good girl. Okay, so binding their binding probably.
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
I thought I was trying to play creativity and beans. You have to play like, Fury and like Hellraiser. But I was thinking about that. Fury, Hellraiser, Leyline Binding as your bean trigger card seems like, and creativity also seems not amazing. A lot of lands. Yeah, Leyline Binding's a pretty messed up card. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna cycle the Fire Eyes. Just like, you know, for fun, tap it. Oh, fuck. Okay, they could have sacked it. I was just like, I have Teferi in play, I'll have a little fun. Maybe not the best attitude. I think I just evoke. Pretty good. Bounce binding, draw 5. Well, we can also do that to keep the binding up, but I think most roads are lead into Rome here, you know what I mean? Don't think we need to bounce a bean yet. Actually, maybe we do. We're just like not gonna run out of cards at this point. I think the only way we could really realistically lose this game is decking, so let's just you know, turn the beans off. Or like have two beans, you know. I really think you're just not going to deck yourself if you just like take you know any amount of time to think about your plays. For the most part, in the mirror is the most likely place it can happen. Easy peasy. So we're gonna bring in Elish. No, Elishran's weird against creativity though, because they just target it with the creativity. It should still be like fine to bring in. Commandeer is also weird. I think I like it against their bindings and their Teferis and their Fable. It doesn't really do anything against creativity though. Still feel like this is a matchup where we want it. I mostly think I want to cut Fury, but Fury always like ends up surprising me how good it is against creativity. Maybe I don't bring in the North. It's just probably too slow to draw. I'm gonna trim a Bloodbraid and trim 3 Furies. Kind of want to have 2 though. Maybe trim a Fire Ice. Mostly keeping these in for blue card count. Could bring a Nexus in this matchup too. These games go super long. Might like the first Nexus before 3rd Fire Ice. Again, Scape Shifter, we're taking out 4 bindings and put it in Alpine Moon? No. Just boarded the moon. People are like way too focused on the Cascade element of this deck, I think. There's just like like, oh, got a Cascade into shitty 2-drops, I don't know. No Ashiok to hinder fetches. No, Ashiok is, I think, not good enough in this matchup to hinder fetches. If it was good enough to hinder fetches, you might see it played more often than it currently is. So I probably want to ice on turn 2. So I need to go Sacred Foundry, Lrien Revealed for Breeding Pool. Yeah, it's okay. I understand why you might think that would be the plan. But there's just been so much talk about cascading into shitty 2-drops. I just encourage you to... Like, Up the Beanstalk is a broken card. It's a broken card, just put the broken card into play. It's kind of like cascading into Tybalt, not nearly as good. That was like the best modern deck in history, but it's, you know, maybe the same philosophy. Oh, Commandeer up. Not that good of a keep. This hand? It's fine. Okay, I can cast everything. The binding me. Could Commandeer the binding, or does it besage you? Let's not. Just take our like 3 for 1. I'll Commandeer a Teferi. I don't know if I'll Commandeer a Fable. I'll probably Commandeer a Fable. Four cards in their hand. My Nemesis. So I guess if they have creativity X equals 2, we're not doing amazing against that. Benjamin with the sorry, with the 9 months, thank you. Did you play Ashiok in the mirror? No. I would not play it against 4 color. I would not play against the mirror. It's like those just for Primeval Titan and Graveyard decks. So Commandeer, the Fable. I get Shrek'd by a Spell Pierce, but this is what it's in the deck for, I guess. I have to make sure that the Flip Fable doesn't go back to them. It does not. Okay. It's fine. Not sure how many cards were exchanged here. Too many to count. This deck is so fucking good, dude. So we'll get our Zagoth Triome, we'll still have 1 mana binding up. Ashik for Yogg? I don't think so. They're just pretty good at attacking it, most because they're like back on Geist again. Probably would not, but it would be okay. It would be like better there than you know, most places people would cite in Ashiok. Okay, 20 and 4. Did I pioneer Yawgmoth deck? Yeah, but it wasn't broken at the time because Hogak was legal. But it was, you know, like that's not breaking the format. I built good modern decks for sure. This is like actual break the format. I'm starting to think. Yeah, still expensive, but like cheaper than usual. Okay, on the draw on the blind, we'll keep. That's on the mold to 6. Alyssa with the 5 months, welcome back. Thank you. Yeah, budget money pile. Tron again. We're 2-0 against Tron. Tron is not, I would think, not a good matchup. We've lost our game 1s both times. But then we have a great sideboard plan. Although, at least it's still the same number of sideboard cards. We have 1 Alpine Moon over Charmaw 4. Oh no! The actual secret worst matchup. Blue Tron. We have not played against Amulet Titan yet. We haven't played against Burn either. Burn is probably a really bad matchup though. I'm scared of the Burn matchup. So they turned in Urza's Mine with the map. They didn't seem like they had both of their Tron pieces earlier. Just gonna run out the Nissa. Maybe it gets like repealed or whatever. Condescended. Not repealed. Remanded. Oh wait, Commandeer is going to be insane in this matchup. Gonna Commandeer a Mindslaver or something. Let's go, dude. I think I want to play around another counterspell by jamming Bloodbraid Elf instead of going Nissa fetch land. It's my instinct at least. Slam the Bloodbraid against the turn where they're holding up counter magic, right? I think Shardless would have been nice. Okay, 1 top, 1 bottom. Okay, not Tron. Not yet. Oh, we did beat D&T yesterday. We did lose that really funny game 1 though. We won the match. Okay, they let this one go. Thank you, opponents. Very nice of you. They're gonna subtlety this or something? The rate you mistap Mana's deck pretty amusing. I do it all for you. I'm trying to entertain. You're welcome. Blast Zone. 6 mana. Nimble Obstructionist. I guess maybe misplay on Nimble Obstructionist meant to counter the Cascade and messed up or something. Blue Tron players are so funny. Chat's like, oh yeah, maybe they had Nimble Obstructionist here. You're like, oh yeah, that could be, brother. You're right. That's a great point, chat. They could have had Nimble Obstructionist. I guess I'm going to Teferi before playing my Binding, probably. If I hit Bloodbraid Elf off the Nissa, then I'm probably going to be comfortable to cast that instead. Blue or white, either's fine. Just play on Force. Guess that doesn't stop Binding. Do I want to draw Teferi again? I think it's probably enough better than the average draw to keep it on top there. Although I guess I should have probably drawn before the subtlety thing resolved. To be fair. Then I could have also had the choice to shuffle with Lrien Revealed. How is Scam better than this? I don't think it is. I know I've been complaining about Scam for weeks. I know it took me like 2 months to find this deck, but this deck is pretty busted. I don't know. I know it's very early. I'm concerned about the power level of this deck for the format south. I cannot recall the last time I had to say that. They do get O-Stone, then they don't play it, so they're banking on finding Tron, I suppose. I'm not casting this, so, or I hope I'm not casting it. Maybe. Let's draw another one. You're casting this. That's what the deck's telling me. So I think I will cycle the Solitudes here. I'd like to find a fetch land to dig for Bloodbraid Elf itself. I might as well do it now so I can gain life off the Fury. Okay, there's the Bloodbraid. Okay, up a game is huge because our sideboard plan is great. So probably keeping in the Lrien Revealed for blue card count for Commandeer. So in Alpine Moon, in Charmaw, in Commandeers. I don't know that I want Ashiok. No, it's just like substitute maps. It's too slow. Could be okay Nexus of Fate matchup too. The Solitudes look like they're probably awful, so let's cut those. The Furies, I imagine, are getting trimmed also. Maybe like 3. I think if I'm going down this many creatures, then maybe going up Nexus is good, just so I'm not like running out of win cons, which I could like maybe see that happening. So we go down to 2 Fury, 2 Fire Ice. Kind of low on blue cards, maybe, if we cut all these Fire Ices. We're at 19, it's probably okay. Won't really need the double blue cards super early. You don't need Nexus. I think it's worth having. I agree it's pretty borderline, but it's also like this is an important part of playtesting too. It's like it's better to sideboard it in now during the leagues, during the early deck construction, and play with it and kind of come to a better understanding of what this card can accomplish for your sideboard plans than it is to be like, oh, I don't need this matchup, and then you never bring it in, and then you just cut it without ever giving it a shake, you know. Weird hand. Keeping on 6 on the draw. I don't have a Stomping Ground. We should have a red-green land. It's kind of a weird hand, I guess. I think we just don't crack the fetch. Solitude connects to Wormcoil. We have Binding for Wormcoil, and like they're mono Blutrons. I don't even think they... Do they play Wormcoil Engine? I don't know. Maybe they do. I think I just want to have good mana here. Despite this being a blue card for Commandeer. Spreading Seas, huh? Wow, they're keeping me off Charmaw pretty hard. Hope we can hit a blue card. Oh, no! Come on, fuck. It's okay, it's okay. Fuck. I thought I went more okay to click. Just don't need a bean. Ugh, man. It's probably a game-losing misclick. If I draw a blue card here and I could have commandeered the ring, it's like so annoying. Okay, at least that didn't happen. I'm gonna tilt concede, or like actually concede, I don't know. Let's go to game 3. I think I'll play third Fire Ice over. I don't. The Furies just seems so dopey. I guess I'll probably want 2 to like clean up Karn on a turn. Yavenko with the 4 months. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I'm just so nervous to play against Blutron. Keepable, I think. Let's get Raugrin Triome first, so maybe I can get Zagoth Triome have Binding up, and also because I've got Charm on the deck, I want to get red sources a little bit more aggressively. It would be weird to win game 1 and lose both sideboard games here, but your games against Mono Blutron are often weird, I guess. Kind of nice to have the Nexus with both Omnaths. Assuming we can get it down. Just feel like my opponent has some counter magic available. Maybe they have Spreading Seas and they have a counter spell. They're deciding what to do there. So I'm going to try to get maybe Steam Vents to play around Spreading Seas a little bit easier. Just like one more red mana, because I feel like that's the color they can cut me off of. Don't really expect this to stick. The only non-Valakut loss is the 4-color Omnath deck. They do have Spreading Seas. They have double Spreading Seas. So red, blue, green, white. Just play plains, I guess. Let's get Temple Garden. Blue, green, white, red. They have Subtlety? Yeah. Guess I'll bottom. Do I have any red sources left? I think I just have these 3 red sources. So let's say Binding and Spreading Seas, I can't share them all. Fuck. Triple Spreading Seas, dude. Okay, gonna be a tough one. Alright, forget to attack. Save me Nexus of Fate. They immediately play Academy Ruins. So they're gonna ring every turn? How can I break that up? I don't think I actually can. I mean, I can binding one of the 2 rings, I suppose. So I just have a third. Like, what am I doing? I don't really think anything. I guess Commandeer also is in the deck. Yeah. I think we're gonna lose though. Very odd to lose game 1 or win game 1 and lose both sideboard games. Maybe we could have bowled a 6 with this hand. It looked okay. We'll play it out. Yeah, they also have, you know, infinite cards in hand, infinite mana. Even if I draw a land and can resolve Nexus of Fate, that could be a start. I don't know, it's not even really that good. If I draw a white source, I'd probably cascade into Beans, then binding a ring. Okay, I did draw a land. Maybe I go Agent. Let's just play Agent first. Like, if this Nexus gets countered, I don't really have a plan. Oh, right. That's in the deck. No, I'm gonna get them off Tron. I did consider for a second not getting them off Tron. Okay, so pro everything. Ah, they have Blast Zone. Tough that they have that immediately, but they've drawn so many cards. Not that surprising. So they main phase pop the Blast Zone. They have 6 mana left. No, 7. Yeah, I don't think binding on the ring does a ton at the moment. I think mostly that I want to try to maybe stick this to Teferi and get to a spot where maybe get to a spot where tough. Where the Nexus is safe. Maybe I should have led on Teferi for that reason. Okay, with being anything is possible, we just have to remember that. Maybe it's bad to take my last fetchable out of the deck. Oh, I still have basic planes. I would not consider Gingerbread in Scales, no. I think it's just not really something you want to be doing. It's not a good card. This would be quite the game to win. Could you fit Bituminous Blast in the deck? I don't know why you would want to. Yeah, Bluetron always the run ender. Okay, GG. Tough. Obviously, like, we made that bad misclick game 2. We maybe had a good chance to win the game 2 without the misclick. It is what it is. Fall to 20-5 though. That's still an 80% win rate over 5 leagues. I think that I will honestly be playing this deck again tomorrow. Get ready for the mocks on Saturday. This is kind of the dream when you're streaming, though, to, like, you know, break it or, like, really have, like, what you think is going to be a new big piece of the metagame. And I think when this stuff like this happens, I just need to take a few days and tune it more than focus on brewing and stuff some more. Deck's been like so good.